and welcome to Happiness Learned today. I'll be also recording this in MP3 form for the podcast, Happiness Learned. But I wanted to do the video version as well, just so you can kind of see me with the meditation and provide more support that way. So as you can see, I'm sitting here on my couch slash daybed, which is it's really comfortable. It's like a huge, it feels like a big couch. Okay, so I am Dr. Sarah Sparrett, and I am the host of Happiness Learned. And essentially, what it is that I want to provide information on things I've cumulatively learned, insights I've had, my clinical knowledge, my academic knowledge, and just things that I see with clients and current events that might be helpful for people, as well as meditation practices and hypnotherapy practices for relaxation and bringing more of what you're wanting to create into your life. Um, I have my own private therapy practice, and I also do life coaching. I also teach on the side and do writing and some advocacy work. All right. So what I wanted to kind of came to me to talk about today is the importance of safety. One of the things that drives me up the wall with the whole concept of law of attraction is this idea that something comes into your life that's not good, quotation, and it's your fault. Like you attracted it in some way. You did something that wasn't high vibrational enough or happy enough or positive enough, and you did this. If you had been different, then this would not have come into your life. Um, Maybe not. The reality is, we are, it's not that we're like ants exactly, but we have limited capacity with our understanding and insight. So what we might think is bad may or may not be quotation bad. If you think of it like a windy road that one of my favorite movies is Joe versus the volcano, and they always have this windy road in it. Um, a windy road might look like it's zigzagging back and forth. It might not be direct, but it might actually be the fastest path to where you want to go and where is best for you, actually. And the reality is, we don't really have any way of knowing what's good or bad for us. Some of the sickest, most unhealthiest people I've ever met repeatedly are those that have had everything go the way they want and they're miserable. They don't really appreciate what they have. They don't have a lot of depth. They're fragile. They don't handle things very well. It's, if anything, I actually see it as a detriment. Some of the best, strongest people I know are the ones that have suffered quite a bit and have learned and grown from the suffering. And there's such an emphasis on PTSD and trauma and, I've been through this and sort of sticking to it. But where is the emphasis on post-traumatic growth? Where is the emphasis on um, I really grew as a person and became like the best version of myself because of things I've gone through. I mean, I can honestly say for myself that I wouldn't trade any of my experiences that I've had. I wouldn't want to repeat most of them. But, and there's been a lot of pain and suffering, a lot. But I wouldn't undo any of it. Because so much positive eventually comes. Why? Well, I always make my intention to be that something positive is going to come. I try to figure out from any situation, okay, what can be done here to do something good with it? Let's assume everything is some type of form of energy. How can this be transformed into something positive that will catapult and quantum leap growth and my ability to maybe help and contribute and be there for others? So instead of this black and white thinking of it's good or bad, it's pain or pleasure, what if we can rise above that? Because quite frankly, and I say this with love, that type of thinking is a bit animalistic. It's a bit simplistic when really it's more complicated than that. It's much more gray zone than that. It's not good or bad. It's a mix. And tragically, we don't like what feels bad. It hurts. Nobody likes that. But the pain can serve a purpose. It can be very important. Um, there's a physical health condition, I can't remember the name of it, that some babies are born with. It's pretty rare where they don't experience any pain at all. So it's actually really, really dangerous. And my understanding is the lifespan is pretty short because of it, or they are constantly having terrible things happen because let's say a baby doesn't have any feelings of pain and it puts its hand on a knife. It doesn't even know it's a problem because there's no pain. Our pain is feedback. Our negative emotions are feedback if we allow it. And if we ignore it, if we don't listen to the feedback, it gets louder and louder and louder. And that's not to be that we're supposed to smash it down and ignore it. We need to look at it. What is this pain? Why am I having it? Like an alarm going off in our body or our mind. What is this trying to tell me? What is this trying to communicate? Um, so maybe one way when you suffer is to look at our pain as feedback and communication that you're getting from your environment. So just something to consider. Um, my office is in St. Pete, and for those of you that are aware of the recent hurricane, I just wanted to take today to do a meditation for anybody that has been suffering from anything with hurricanes, natural disasters, loss in that way, and look at this as an opportunity for compassion and growth in community, and deeper insight into gratitude and thankfulness for what we do have, as well as insight into how we can improve as people instead of being like, oh, well, that's them, that's not me. Or, well, what did they do? What negative thoughts did they have to bring that into their life? That's actually fear-based thinking. It's sort of good and bad thinking, animalistic. It's not compassionate. Compassionate is we're all interconnected. Um, we all affect each other. And what happens to one, we can't ignore it because it can indirectly affect us as well. And that compassion for the suffering that people have gone through. And I have clients that they have relatives in North Carolina that have lost like so much, neighborhoods wiped out. Clients in Florida, their communities, their neighborhoods, totally flooded, wiped out. Like everything has to be redone. It's a big deal. So, um, again, just like how we have suffering inside of ourselves that we need to turn towards, this is also something of suffering to turn towards. And that doesn't mean you harp on it and you get stuck in it. What it does mean though is that you turn towards it with compassion, understanding, and love. And as an opportunity for growth and seeing, okay, what is good that we can make out of this, even if it takes time. So when we look at things with compassion, when we look at things with, okay, what good can I make out of this? How can I use this as fuel to motivate me to do more good? Then you can turn almost anything into something positive. And that's not toxic positivity. That's different. Toxic positivity is when you're like, everything's fine, I'm happy, when you're not, and you're being not real. This is more, okay, I'm looking at the pain, I'm looking at what's happening, and what can we do to empower ourselves to create something that is positive from it. As Einstein said, energy is not created or destroyed, it changes form. And so, what can we do to look at things and use them as opportunities to help change the form? Okay, so now I would like to do a meditation, just like a 5-minute one, maybe, to help support. Uh, people with this. Also, I've decided to make a happiness support group. I just started that on meetup.com. So you can see it under St. Pete Meditation, but if you look up happiness support, I'm thinking it'll either be free or donation based. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah, that's just started as well. Okay. So if you can close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Another deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. One more deep breath in through your nose. Letting go, releasing any and all stress, worry, or concern. And as I count down from 5 to 1, feeling more and more relaxed, calm, and at peace. 5 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 1. Deep breath in and out. Deep calm and rest and peace. Breathing in, rest. Breathing out, rest. I want you to imagine there's a beautiful blue light that pours down all around you. And this blue light fills up every atom, molecule, and particle with rest. And just in these moments, it is safe to rest. Maybe putting a hand to your heart as you breathe in and out. Again, in and out. This moment, just noticing any thoughts you're having. Are they racing? Are they scattered? Are they spinning? In and out. Knowing that you're the observer, you are not the reactor, you are not the thoughts themselves. Next, breathe in and out. Noticing any feelings. Knowing that you are not your feelings, you're the observer and the noticer of feelings. And anywhere where you're having very strong negative feelings, maybe placing a palm of your hand, for example, on your forehead or throat or stomach, breathing in kindness and compassion for yourself. Lastly, deep breath in and out. Noticing any physical sensations. Is your body restless? Is it calm? Is it tired? Is it hurting? Is it happy? How is your body feeling? Knowing you are not your body, you have a body, and you are just the observer in this moment of your body. Deep breath in and out. Knowing you are more than your thoughts, feelings, or body. You're the observer. You're the consciousness. And then imagining a beautiful wave of compassion and love is just washing over and pouring into you, allowing it in. Any blocks in the way of it falling away. And you feel filled with compassion and love in your whole being. Lastly, imagining that you can connect with a future version of yourself. Maybe this is a version in 6 months or a year, 5 years. This version is stronger, happier, more at ease, is safe. I'd just like you to connect with this version of yourself now, knowing that whatever you're going through is temporary and shifting, and we can use whatever is happening for good. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes as we end this practice. Okay, that was just a little bit of a supportive meditation. Just want to end on the note that sometimes people tell me, or I get the impression at least, that they feel like, well, how is meditation going to solve my problems? How is this going to help me? Um, well, what I can tell you is the more you meditate, the more that question will answer itself. But at the minimum, if we like to think of things as loops that we're going around and round in, patterns that we're stuck in, energy, like momentum, like a car that's really going fast and we're taking the foot off the gas so it can slow down and we can make a new turn. Meditation is very powerful for especially compassion-based meditation. It's very powerful for slowing things down so we can stop being trapped in the same loops. If you've noticed, sometimes people, you meet them today and they're having similar issues that they had 5 years ago or even 10 years ago, in the sense that they might be in repeated abusive or bad relationships or repeated abusive, unhappy jobs or with their body or whatever it is. Not always, but in general, we are in patterned loops. So, if anything, if you take away anything from this, I would recommend is to consider how meditation can help with slowing down and altering these pattern loops, having insight into the pattern loops so that you can decide if it's something that you want and you just be aware. Just by noticing the loops and the patterns, that alone slows them down and changes them. When we're stuck in the loops, we don't really know it. We're just reacting and we're upset. We just keep going around, around, and around, and we're trapped, stuck. So meditation is very liberating in the sense that, or one of the reasons why, because there's many benefits, but one of the reasons is It helps you become aware of the patterns and loops, helps you to detach from them. So like a car that's going too fast, it's like taking the wheel off the gas so it can slow down and you can make changes. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Lots of love, and I look forward to sharing with you next time. Okay, bye.